Imagine standing on a rooftop, gazing down at a city that pulses with life beneath you, the greatest city on earth, with bustling markets where merchants call out. The aroma of bread baking in clay ovens wafting through the air. Children's laughter echoing in the narrow streets. Soldiers march in the distance while farmers bring in their harvests. Priests make offerings to the gods. This city has endured the ages, weathering wars, floods, and rebellions. Yet none of these challenges can compare to the invisible force now approaching. Destined to dismantle this vibrant civilization within 2 generations, this is not just the tale of one city, but of 2 powerful civilizations. The Old Kingdom of Egypt and the Akkadian Empire of Mesopotamia. Each stood as a testament to human ingenuity at the height of their powers, only to be brought to their knees by a climate event, now known as the 4.2-kiloyear aridification event. To appreciate the magnitude of this collapse, we must first understand the grandeur of these empires. In Egypt, the Old Kingdom, known for its iconic pyramids and divine pharaohs, thrived from 2686 BC to 2181 BC. This civilization was a marvel of organization, its lifeblood the annual inundation of the Nile River. Like clockwork, the Nile would flood, depositing fertile silt across the land, which allowed Egypt to become a giant agricultural powerhouse. The pharaohs, seen as gods, maintained Ma'at, the cosmic order, ensuring the flood's regularity and the prosperity it brought. The Great Pyramid of Giza, constructed around 2560 BC, stands as a testament to this era's wealth and engineering prowess. Built without the aid of modern machinery, drawing on an immense surplus of human labor and resources. Across the desert in Mesopotamia, the Akkadian Empire rose to prominence under Sargon of Akkad around 2334 BC. Known as the world's first empire, it united multiple city-states under a single ruler. The Akkadians were pioneers in innovation, giving the world writing, the wheel, and the first legal codes. Under Naram-Sin, Sargon's grandson, the empire reached unprecedented heights, with Naram-Sin declaring himself a living god. The empire's technological and military dominance stretched from the Mediterranean to the Persian Gulf. But then the rain stopped. The Earth's climate, a dynamic system subject to shifts in ocean currents and atmospheric patterns, underwent a significant change around 2200 BC. This period, marked by reduced rainfall across a wide region from the Mediterranean to China, is known as the 4.2-kiloyear event. It was a mega-drought, lasting potentially a century or more, with evidence found in cave cores, lake sediments, and ice sheets, all pointing to a massive drop in precipitation. This climate catastrophe struck at the heart of both civilizations. In Egypt, the diminished Nile floods led to smaller harvests, straining the intricate bureaucratic system that managed food distribution. Under Pharaoh Pepi II, the central authority weakened as provincial governors, or nomarchs, gained power. This fragmentation mirrored a classic pattern of imperial collapse. The center loses control and the edges fracture. The Admonitions of Ipua, a surviving text from this period, paints a vivid picture of chaos. With looted grain stores, social upheaval, and a spiritual crisis as Ma'at was perceived to be broken. In Mesopotamia, the drought devastated the Akkadian Empire's northern provinces, reliant on rainfall for agriculture. Sites like Tel Leilan, a major city, were suddenly abandoned, covered by wind-blown dust from dried-out fields. The people, desperate for food, migrated south, overwhelming the cities along the Tigris and Euphrates with waves of refugees. The Akkadian administration faltered under the weight of these pressures, leading to the empire's fragmentation and eventual collapse. As we delve deeper into this story, we will explore how these ancient peoples navigated their changing world, the letters they wrote, the migrations they undertook, and the seeds of new civilizations that would rise from the ashes of the old. This tale of resilience and adaptation amidst climate-induced calamity resonates across millennia, offering profound insights into our own world. As the Akkadian Empire faced its demise, the evidence of its once great power lay scattered across the Tigris and Euphrates valleys. The collapse was not a sudden implosion, but a gradual unraveling, recorded in the clay tablets that have survived millennia. These tablets, inscribed with cuneiform script, offer a glimpse into the lives of individuals grappling with the empire's decline. They tell of governors pleading for assistance, of storehouses running dry, and of a bureaucracy straining under the weight of an unprecedented migration. The Akkadian cities that once thrived on the bounty of agriculture found themselves at the mercy of a relentless drought. In the north, where rainfall was essential, fields lay fallow, and the population faced starvation. The southern cities, sustained by the river's irrigation, became sanctuaries for thousands seeking refuge. This migration, driven by hunger and desperation, led to overcrowding and social tension. The local resources were stretched to their limits. The Akkadian administrative system, once a model of efficiency, crumbled as the central authority weakened. Regional governors, overwhelmed by the influx of refugees, began to act independently. The famed repeller of the Amorites' wall stands as a testament to the desperation and futility. The empire's attempts to control its borders and maintain order were in vain. In the chaos, the Akkadian language and culture began to merge with those of the incoming Amorites. This cultural fusion laid the groundwork for future civilizations, including the Babylonian Empire. The end of Akkadian dominance was not the end of Mesopotamian civilization. It was the beginning of a new chapter shaped by those who survived. Meanwhile, in the Indus Valley, another advanced civilization was experiencing its own transformation. The Harappan culture faced environmental changes that mirrored those in Egypt and Mesopotamia. The once reliable monsoon rains became erratic, leading to water scarcity. The decline of urban centers followed. The Harappans adapted by shifting their populations eastward towards the fertile plains of the Ganges River. Archaeological evidence suggests a gradual de-urbanization. This movement was not a collapse but a strategic retreat in response to environmental pressures. The Harappans left behind a legacy of advanced craftsmanship, trade networks, and cultural practices. In China, the legendary tales of the Great Flood and the rise of the Xia dynasty coincide with this period. While the historical accuracy of these legends is debated, they reflect a societal memory of challenges. The stories of Emperor Yu signify a cultural emphasis on leadership and resilience. The 4.2-kiloyear event's reach extended even to regions not directly threatened by drought. In the Mediterranean, the reduction in trade led to shifts in power dynamics. The interconnectedness of the Bronze Age world meant that disruptions in one region had ripple effects across continents. Cultures that relied on trade with Egypt or Mesopotamia felt the impact of their decline, prompting adaptations in economic and social structures. The Sahara Desert, which had been gradually drying for centuries, saw its transformation accelerated during this period. What was once a more habitable landscape became the arid expanse known today, pushing populations towards the Nile and further south into sub-Saharan Africa. The descendants of these migrations carried their knowledge and traditions into new territories, contributing to the rich tapestry of African cultures. As we continue to unravel the layers of this ancient climate event, the narrative becomes one of migration, adaptation, and resilience. The civilizations of the Old Kingdom and the Akkadian Empire may have fallen, but their legacies persisted in the cultures that emerged from the ashes. The people who lived through this time were not passive victims of environmental change. They were active participants in the reshaping of their world. Their stories, etched in stone and clay, remind us of the enduring human spirit and the capacity to rebuild in the face of adversity. This journey through history is far from over. The invisible forces that once reshaped the ancient world continue to echo through time, compelling us to examine our own era with a new perspective. As we delve deeper into this story, we uncover not just the past, but the lessons it holds for our present and future. The collapse of the Old Kingdom and the Akkadian Empire was not an isolated event, but part of a larger pattern of human and environmental interaction. The 4.2-kiloyear event serves as a testament to the transformative power of nature and humanity's capacity to adapt, innovate, and persist in the face of overwhelming challenges. As we continue our exploration, we delve into the broader implications for the civilizations that followed. In the centuries after the collapse, the Middle Kingdom of Egypt emerged as a beacon of resilience. This era, beginning around 2055 BC, marked a period of reunification and cultural renaissance. The Egyptians, drawing lessons from the past, restructured their government and economy, to better handle future crises. The Middle Kingdom saw advancements in literature, art, and architecture, with pharaohs like Senusret III and Amenemhat III leading ambitious projects. These projects aimed to enhance agricultural productivity and stabilize the region. One of the key innovations of this period was the development of a more sophisticated irrigation system, allowing the Egyptians to control water distribution more effectively. This not only mitigated the effects of variable Nile floods, but also increased agricultural output, providing a buffer against potential future droughts. The Middle Kingdom's resurgence underscores the adaptability of human societies in the wake of environmental upheaval. In Mesopotamia, the fall of the Akkadian Empire paved the way for the rise of the Third Dynasty of Ur. This Sumerian Renaissance, often referred to as the Sumerian Renaissance, was characterized by a return to city-state governance, albeit under a centralized administration. The rulers of Ur, such as Ur-Nammu and Shulgi, implemented legal, economic, and cultural reforms that revitalized the region. The Code of Ur-Nammu, one of the earliest law codes, exemplifies the emphasis on justice and order during this period. Trade networks were re-established, linking Mesopotamia with distant lands and facilitating cultural exchanges that enriched the region's intellectual and artistic life. The Sumerians also invested in monumental architecture, with the ziggurat of Ur standing as a symbol of their spiritual and political renewal. In the Indus Valley, the Harappan legacy lived on through the dispersal of its people and ideas. As populations moved toward the Ganges, they carried with them the urban planning and craftsmanship that had defined Harappan society. This migration contributed to the development of new cultural centers and laid the groundwork for future Indian civilizations. Meanwhile, the climate shifts that had triggered these migrations continued to shape the landscapes and societies across the globe. In the Mediterranean, the Mycenaean Greeks and the Minoans on Crete adapted to changing conditions by fostering maritime trade and expanding their influence across the Aegean. This adaptability allowed them to thrive even as environmental stresses persisted. The resilience of these ancient civilizations offers valuable insights into the complex relationship between humans and their environment. As modern climate challenges echo the disruptions of the past, the lessons learned from the 4.2-kiloyear event become increasingly relevant. The ancient world teaches us that while environmental change can pose significant threats, it also compels innovation and transformation. Contemporary scientists and historians continue to examine this period, drawing parallels between ancient climate events and present-day patterns. The study of ancient pollen, ice cores, and sediments offers clues to the Earth's climate history, providing a context for understanding current shifts. These investigations highlight the importance of proactive adaptation and global cooperation in addressing the challenges posed by climate change. As we stand on the threshold of the future, the story of the Old Kingdom and the Akkadian Empire serves as both a cautionary tale and a testament to human resilience. It reminds us that civilizations are not static entities, but complex systems that can endure and evolve in response to adversity. The narratives etched in ancient texts and archaeological sites offer a window into the enduring spirit of humanity, a spirit that has withstood the trials of time. Through the lens of history, we see that the past is not a distant memory, but a living narrative that informs our understanding of the present and guides our vision for the future. The story of the 4.2-kiloyear event, with its lessons of adaptation and survival, continues to resonate. As we navigate the complexities of modern life and the uncertainties of the natural world, and so, the echoes of ancient times remind us we are all part of an unbroken continuum of resilience.